Hi everybody, welcome back to Sherry Tries That, or welcome if you're new. The other day I was taking a shower and I guess I leaned on my soap dish and it came partially off the wall. Not all the way off the wall, but I would say at least halfway. And so I've been letting it dry and today I'm going to repair it. If you enjoy this video or if you find it helpful, then I would really appreciate it if you pause the video, take a moment to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when my next video is posted, give it a thumbs up, and comments are always welcome and very helpful. Let's go get that soap dish fixed. So, even though I wanted to leave that part way on, and I'm still really tempted to leave it part way on, everything I read said take it all the way off. So here goes. Oh, wasn't much to that. Okay. Now you are to get all of the old grout off of both the dish, if you're reusing it, which I am, and off of the wall here. I guess I'm taking all that off. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife to cut the old caulking. It feels very rubbery, but it's holding things in there really well, which is great, but I need that to come off. So I'm going to try to break that seal. I'm wondering if I really need all of that to come off. I guess that's the old mortar. I have new mortar to put on. I just feel like I'm creating more work for myself that's not necessarily necessary by taking this off. But no, I think I should take it off, even though I don't really want to. What I'm trying to remove this stuff without scratching the tile, because I think it would be very hard to replace this tile with a match, because I think these tiles were put in the 70s and they've been repainted a couple of times. Originally these had like gold, I was going to say gold foil, but that's probably not right. But gold designs in it. And that was the style in the 70s, but not now. The people who lived in the house before me, I believe that they painted it right before they sold it. And then this was repainted recently when my house was renovated. Go. That was strong mortar that they used. It's not giving way easily, which is good for it. And the grout seems really good too. They used white grout. I've purchased clear grout. Not grout, caulking, sorry. They used white caulking. I purchased clear caulking. So hopefully it'll be okay. White probably would have been better. But I'm going to use this caulking for a number of other things. One of them I definitely wanted to be clear, so. Oh, there we go. Good shove. I think that's going to be okay, because I'm not going to put mortar. I'm putting mortar. I'm putting mortar around the sides. I don't think I'm going to put mortar on the back. Now we need to get this off of here. Wow. By the way, when you use a knife, go away from you, not towards you like I just did. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay. So what I'm getting off of here now is the caulking, the old caulking. We want that as cleaned up as possible to accept the new caulking that we're going to put on there. Yeah, I can't do that away from me. There. Just keep chipping away. until we get everything off. I did not have a tarp to put down on my bathtub. I didn't even think about one till just before I started the job. So I use the liner of my... I knew that was going to happen at some point. I used the shower curtain liner, which is separate and clear, or white. I'd been wanting a new one anyway, so I thought I'll just use that as my tarp, and then I will get a new liner from the dollar store. And I'm going to stop for a minute to clean this cut.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back. I'm starting to bleed through a little bit. Back to our job. So there is still some caulking here. It looks like it got kind of wide in places, but I want it all off. So that the soap dish will go back on as smoothly and snugly as possible. You absolutely want it to be snug because you don't want water or any moisture getting behind here, because that will lead to mold and mildew. What we're going to do now is apply mortar to the outside of this, not on here, because apparently if you do it on the outside and not on here, you can create a suction in here which will hold it well. Plus there is some leftover mortar in there, and I don't really want to fool with that. So I'm just going to do the outside rim. I bought a pre-mixed mortar. I bought something called Simple Fix Pre-Mixed Adhesive and Grout, and this is in bright white. White was the only option, but that's what I would have wanted anyway. And I didn't want to have to mix anything. That would require more tools and whatnot, so I'm fine with this. It's resealable tub, so I can make sure it's closed up properly after I'm done and reuse it for anything else I might need. So now I am going to just apply this mortar on here. I'm going to try to do it as neatly as possible. The instructions that I had said, don't put on too much, but don't put on too little. Very helpful. No, I know what they mean. But I don't know if what I'm putting on is too much. I don't think so. Now this is where the handle is, so that's the part that faces up when it's on the wall. So I want to try not to have stuff there that shouldn't be there in case it's hard to get off. And I believe that once it hardens, it is hard to get off. So I think I'm getting it kind of all over the sides. Like that. Not sure that using my fingers to take it off is the best idea. I did bring plastic gloves, but as soon as I tried to put one on, it broke. So I thought, forget it, I don't have time for that. As you may know if you've watched me for a while, I tend to be impatient. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. Here we go. Wish me luck. Oh. I'm not sure I should be filling in the gaps this way. I think that's maybe what the caulking is for. They just seem like such big holes in places. Okay. Well, now, I believe I'm supposed to tape it to the wall and let it set for 24 hours. Where's my tape? I wouldn't trust this tape to hold up anything. Well, we will come back in 24 hours, see if it has adhered, and if so, then we'll put on the caulking. Okay, I had finished this up and I cleaned up my hands and I was about to walk away and I could hear something. And it is coming apart from the wall and the tape is not holding it at all. So I'm going to go back in and put more mortar on it. I'm glad I didn't get very far before it started to come off. If it had fallen off, you know, it could have even gotten worse. Like the soap dish itself could have cracked. I could have put a chip or a crack in the tub, although probably not because I still have my tarp down and it's kind of thick. But how should I do this? Maybe I should put the tartar in here where I can lay it on a lot thicker. I don't know if the problem is the mortar. Did I call it tartar before? I have a feeling I did. I don't know if the problem is the mortar or holding it while the mortar sets up. I mean, I really don't want to sit here and just hold it for a while. But if that's what it takes. But nobody said you had to do that. Okay, it feels like it's in quite snugly. I'm now going to just hold it for a while, so I'll see you later. I had a lot of chunks of mortar around that I hadn't cleaned up very well. They came off easily with the use of a small putty knife. There are places where I have chipped the paint a little bit, so I don't want to do too much. Now I'm just going to vacuum up some of the dust that was made by doing that before I do the caulking. I love this little vacuum. I use it for crumbs in the drawers and in the car and little jobs like this. I'll list it below in case you're interested. The seam is not sort of as neat and tidy as I had pictured it, but I think that's my lack of experience in this application. So I'm just going to go ahead with it. I have put the tube of caulking in the caulking gun. I have cut the tip at a 45-degree angle. Now I'm going to prime it. Oh. Okay, so it was mentioned that there might be something in here that has to be pierced, and using a coat hanger is a great way to pierce that. However, I don't have any wire coat hangers left. I don't use those anymore. I looked around. I did find something with a little that would fit in here, but it was very, very short. So I felt like it pierced something, but it certainly didn't go down very far. So now I'm afraid I'm going to need something longer to cut through there, and I don't know what I'm going to use. I'm not sure, but I think I'm ready to go. I'm going to prime this by pulling on the lever. It pulls fine. I can't see. This stuff is clear, so it feels like it's I just want to see some come out of the tip. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong or if I've bought something wrong, but the caulking gun was not pushing the caulk out, and I just took it out of the caulking gun, and I find that it's all out at the bottom here. So I am going to do it by hand, literally. I'm going to use my finger to apply it and then to smooth it. It is not harmful for you to have this on your finger. People do this all the time and smooth it with their fingers all the time. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay, well, it's come off, which gives me easier access. Just gonna roll with it. This is clear. And by the way, my contractor said that this wasn't the best stuff for me to buy, but it probably is the best stuff for a beginner DIYer to buy. This is not what a pro would buy. But I am not a pro. I am a beginner DIYer, so I think I bought the best stuff for me. Anyway, it's clear. It looks like it's going on white. It certainly appears white. Just gonna put a little touch there. Okay. I'm going to show you a little more up close what it looks like, and we're going to let it dry. After it dries, I will clean it up some more if necessary. And show you the finished product. I know that the finished product wasn't as neat and tidy as it should be, but it was the first time I ever tried it, and I did learn some things from it for another time, so that's always good. And I think the problem with the caulking gun is that the membrane or whatever wasn't pierced far enough along, and so when I was pumping it or squeezing it, it couldn't go to the top, so it came out the bottom. So it kind of forced the cap off the bottom and the caulk to come out the bottom. But I kind of like how I just rolled with it and, use my finger, which is perfectly acceptable. I have a feeling I have better control when I use my finger than if I ever use the caulking gun. But I still hope to use the caulking gun at some point, so I guess we'll see. So now, what do you think? Partial success, partial failure? Have you ever tried something like this? And if you have, how did it go? Were you happy with the job that you did at the end? There are more DIYs coming in this house, and I'm going to try to do as many of them myself as possible. So we will see how those go. I know this wasn't the most exciting video ever, but I hope that it helped you. Either provided entertainment, or if it's something you're going to try, then I hoped going through the steps helped you know maybe what to do, what not to do, what to avoid, what to make sure that you have, and how to use your tools and that kind of thing. Thanks for coming along with me on this little adventure. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.